7 simple Zoom hacks that can really make a difference. Tessa Davis is a consultant in pediatric emergency medicine and a senior lecturer at Queen Mary University in London. And you post weekly threads like this about, online learning. Tessa, good to have you this morning.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So before we get started, how do you personally use Zoom? And how did you get to the place where you thought, people really don't know how to use this app to their advantage?
Do you know what? I use Zoom basically every day. I think so many of us do since the pandemic. I don't actually know if I used Zoom before the pandemic. I can't remember life before that. But now we use Zoom all the time. And over the last couple of years, I'm sure you have as well, tried like a million different types of platforms for different organizations use different meeting platforms. And I have to be honest that Zoom is the one I love best. It just is the most intuitive. It feels the easiest to use. And it beats every other platform for me.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I never thought that I would be so used to these platforms, but man, we sure are now. So Tessa, walk us through your 7 hacks and screen share here, if you can, as well.
Cool. Okay, let's try and do it. So basically, I've picked 7 hacks because we get so used to using Zoom. We think we know everything about it, but there's so many little tips and tricks that we don't know that will make our lives easier. And that's why I tried to put together a thread and put together some tips on how to make it better. So the first one I'm going to show, I'll just do the screen share here. First one I'm going to show is that you can actually share something from your iPhone, or your mobile or whatever phone you've got. And you can do that. So I've got my iPhone here. And sometimes, you're on a Zoom meeting and you've got something on your iPhone and you want to show it to the people on the Zoom with you, but you're actually just on your desktop, so you don't know how to do it. The easiest way to do that is to go here to share screen. And then you go to this here, which is iPhone, iPad via AirPlay, which you probably haven't noticed before, but it's there. Now, then this pops up. This is my network and my computer, and it tells you what to do. And on your iPhone, you basically press that screen mirroring icon. To be able to do this, you do need to be on the same Wi-Fi network. So you have to be connected to Wi-Fi. Your computer has to be connected to the Wi-Fi network as well. And then it's connecting at the moment. It's connecting my iPhone to the Zoom. Takes a little minute to get this up and running. And there you go. You can actually see my iPhone screen right there on the Zoom meeting. And so I can show you if I've got an app or something that I want to show you, I can do that really easily. And to stop it, you just press stop share.
My mind is blown.
First tip.
That's great. Okay, yeah. What if we want to leave the meeting? Kind of duck out for a second.
If you want to leave the meeting, and as in to go and talk on your phone, do you mean? What you need to do, because this happens quite a lot, like because someone calls you, the doorbell goes, it's your delivery, or your kids come home from school or whatever, and you want to quickly turn your camera off. So or you might want to turn your microphone off quickly, and you can do that really easily with shortcuts. So on your keyboard shortcut, I use a Mac, but there's a shortcut for Windows as well. So to turn your camera on and off, you just do Command and Shift and V, and to turn your camera on and off on Windows, you do Alt and V. So if you look here and I do this, you'll see turns my camera on and off like that really quickly. And there's a shortcut as well for your microphone where you just do the same. It's Command Shift and A or Alt A on your Windows. So again, just quick. With the touch of a button, you can very quickly do it, because sometimes you start to panic when something happens and you need to quickly turn your camera off, and that is a quick shortcut to do it.
All right, how about adjusting your lighting?
So I think a lot of people, you're in a meeting and you realize you're in a dingy room and there's terrible lighting and you haven't had time to set it up. You don't have time to get together a fancy lighting kit. So you can actually really quickly do a quick setting in Zoom. So if you go to your video settings, so you can see right down here, you've got beside your video, you've got an arrow and it says video settings. And then if you go here, you can see adjust for low light. And I'll show you what mine looks like. So if I click adjust for low light there, you can see that it automatically changes. And there's actually a slider here that you can change it up and down. So you can adjust yourself for low light and you can adapt it to your needs. So that's a really quick way of improving your lighting with just one little click of a button.
That's brilliant. Okay, what about highlighting?
Yeah, so highlighting is something that you might want to do if you're sharing your screen and showing a document or something and you wanted to highlight a particular area of it. I'm going to just change this a little bit and show you how to do it. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is when you're screen sharing, so I'm showing a bit of a PowerPoint here, at the top of the screen share you get all these, you get this bar that can annotate stuff on your screen, and if you press annotate you can actually spotlight your cursor. So one thing you can do is highlight the cursor here so that people in the audience can actually see what you're drawing their attention to. You can use an arrow here which will show you where I'm pointing. Or you can use a vanishing pen. Now this is quite cool, so you can draw probably something a bit better than this, and basically it's to highlight something to your audience and it disappears after a few seconds. So it's actually a really good way of drawing people's attention to what you want to show them on your screen.
And you're saying that there's a way we can show up in front of our slides as well?
Yeah, this one I love because I didn't know this, but it actually makes a huge difference because I hate, one of the things I hate is people showing slides and their faces disappear. So you go here to share your screen and you go to advanced and then you go to this option, which is a new option. It's just being beta tested, so it's probably not perfect, but you go to slides as virtual background. I've got this presentation here. And if you can see here, that I'm actually in front of my slides, which is really cool. And I can you can move yourself around, you can change your size. And yeah, that's it. It's just a great way to be more connected with your audience.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so what about adding a live caption?
Yeah, so captions are really important for accessibility of your meetings, of your presentations. And the way to do this is basically to set up live captions. You have to go into your Zoom settings. So you have to go into your desktop settings, and you have to have set this up before. So if I go here, this will be log into your just zoom.us, and you log into your account. You're going to go to settings here, and then you go to in meeting advanced, and you'll see when you go down you've got captions, manual captions, and you just switch that on. Mine's switched on already, but you switch yours on and I'll get you to confirm it the first time. And then when you go into your meeting, when you're hosting a meeting, I'm not hosting this one, which is why it's not here, you see captions up at the down at the bottom here, and you can connect that to a third-party caption service. Zoom also does automated captions as well, which are a bit less accurate but still pretty good. And then your audience can see captions as you talk, and they can also download a transcript of it to help in case they missed anything and want to refer back to it.
Beautiful. What about suppressing background noise?
Yeah, well, I have this problem a lot just exactly at the moment when I'm doing a presentation or a meeting from home, the neighbors start drilling or something like that. And so this is a really good way to get rid of the background noise. So you go into your settings, again, this little arrow beside the microphone, you go to audio settings, and then there's this option, suppress background noise. So I've got it on auto. You can change it to high, low, medium, and high, and that'll drown out background noise. You need to get the balance just right so it doesn't distort your own audio as well, but it's a really great way of just smoothing things over for your audience.
I love that. Is there anything else we're missing here of the 7 Zoom hacks?
With every app you use every day, there are things I guarantee you that you don't know, that you just assumed you knew everything. So the more you look into the apps you use every day, you're going to find loads of really cool tricks that will improve the way you use them.
Well, I learned a ton. Tessa Davis, thank you so much.